welcome you to the Cougar Den, Tom McKinney Court here at Bloomington High School North, Bloomington, Indiana, where tonight it's JV girls basketball as the Columbus North Bulldogs are in town to take on the Bloomington North Cougars. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball here on Smithville Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson, and Quinn is back to work for the JV squad after a loss against Brownstown, playing Brownstown Central on Tuesday, as we're down to about the final week of the regular season. Just 2 more games after this for the JV teams.
Yeah, JV team season's wrapping up. Soon they'll be your regular call-ups to the varsity. So right now it's really big to be able to play very well during these next couple of things to get that extra spot. Granted, playing time will probably still be very thin on the varsity level, but just be able to have that camaraderie, be able to kind of practice, with them in the kind of situations. Very important, especially for the young ladies who will most likely be moving up to varsity to replace the seniors.
And then one thing that the JV squad has struggled with this year, they have had a lot of injuries, and they've also had some games early in the year called off because of they just didn't have enough girls. So that's another factor as you get late in the season with your kids not always being able to play. There's still the injury bug for both teams. So we're going to look at the starting lineup for Columbus North as they will start 4 guards and a center. The center is Andrea Justice. She is number 12. She's a 6-foot sophomore. Number 13 is Annalie Matsar, 5'4" junior. Lucy Norman is number 15, 5'9" sophomore. Kanan Matsuno, 5'5" junior, number 21. And then Emma Long is a 5'8" freshman for the Bulldogs. The JV coach of Columbus North is Ron Patberg, and he is the father of current IU redshirt junior Allie Patberg. She was a 2015 Miss Basketball for Columbus North, started her career at Notre Dame, and then transferred to IU, been granted a 6-year of eligibility by the NCAA for next season. As we look at Bloomington North, they're going to start with Mallory Barrow, 5'10" freshman, number 10. Jersey Terry Gaddison, 5'6" freshman, 24. Libby Rice is a 5'10" freshman. And then Ava Kraft, 5'11" freshman, number 33. And then Katie Skirvin, 5'6" guard. So it's interesting lineup. 1 center, 4 guards for Columbus North. For Bloomington North, 4 forwards and a guard.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be up to Bloomington North to be able to use their size advantage to control the pace of the game, battle on the boards, and then for Columbus North, obviously, to be able to shoot from outside, be able to use their quickness. It should be a very interesting game.
As we are set to go, Columbus North in the blue and Bloomington North in the white. Columbus North controls. I saw the varsity play Zionsville earlier in the tournament this year at Columbus North. And as you can imagine from the varsity, they love to shoot the 3 ball, and of course they're going to get out and press you on defense. So Bloomington North has it. This is Skirvin. She brings it up. Guarded by Matsuno. You see that pressure Columbus North is going to throw at him early. And already Stu Cutshall's got to call a 30-second timeout.
Amazing full court pressure immediately to start the game. That's definitely the type of defense that you want to see if you're the Bulldogs.
Stu Cutshall, the coach. Ron Patberg, the JV coach for Columbus North. He's in the middle of that huddle. And again, his daughter, Allie Patberg, a redshirt junior on the IU women's basketball team. Hoosiers victorious last night, 78-60 at Penn State. She had 10 of her 18 points in the first half, as well as 9 assists. She's definitely the leader of the IU women's team. That is almost taken away by Columbus North. Skirvin with it for the Cougars. Inside, and it's the first bucket for Ava Kraft, and Bloomington North on the board.
As I mentioned, Bloomington North has the size advantage, so you'll be seeing them try to get it in the post, try to kind of back down a smaller Columbus North team, and then they will try to shoot the three.
As they do right on cue with Annalie Matsar hitting the triple with the Bulldogs leading 3-2.
And that's going to basically be the kind of game, a 2 versus a 3, as a second time now that the Bulldogs' pressure has been able to cause a turnover in the backcourt.
You talked about the height for Columbus North. Tallest player is 6'1" in the program. That's Moana Steele. She comes off the bench here in JV. Not the biggest team that Columbus North has in recent memory, but they are still get after you defensively. Matsar with it, guarded by Skirvin. That's Norman. Matsuno. Matsar's thought about the three. Now they're going to take it in the corner. That is short for Lucy Norman. Matsuno with the recovery.
You mentioned like the lack, oh, nice drive to the basket.
Matsuno can't get it to go, and Bloomington North recovers.
I was saying, you mentioned the lack of height. If anything, this is kind of the era right now with, the three-point shot being taken more than it's ever been in the past. As we get a foul right there underneath, it now becomes about skill instead of just height. You don't necessarily There was a time where just having the taller, bigger players was, basically how you win. Kind of similar to like football. You just have the bigger players, win in basketball. But with the ability to create space and shoot from deep, it's basically even the playing field and has made it so that the best basketball players succeed.
As Kraft misses both, you talk about they talk about basically positionless players. Being able to play all 5 positions on the floor, and that's kind of how this game has evolved. The athleticism of the game has definitely changed and also affected sometimes the fundamentals as well. Turnover for Bloomington North. Matsar with it. Jump runner in the lane. It goes, and she's got all 5 Columbus North points. And they're going to call a 5-second call on Bloomington North.
That's the third one. Oh. Well, actually, technically the second because he did call timeout the first time. So
that was definitely a bailout for his team. He doesn't want to use all of his timeouts here to start. There is a 3 short. Matsar underneath to clean it up, and she's got all 7 for Columbus North. This is Barrow. Nice move taken away by Columbus North. Here's Matsuno to Matsar. That is Emma Long, 24. Good bounce pass
nice
inside
job
from Norman to Andrea Justice.
I know that Coach Shaw just called a timeout, but another one might be needed really quickly.
9-0 run for Columbus North is another turnover for the Cougars as Moana Steele, number 5, is going to check in for the Bulldogs, replacing Norman. Or no, she replaces Justice. Matsuno top of the key, 3, nothing but net.
That's just not rotating over the help side defense.
That is 2 threes for Columbus North so far As then that is deflected out of bounds, the ball with Bloomington North.
And honestly, I think that Bloomington North caught a break because I thought it was off of her knee.
23, Reagan Abels is going to check in, replacing Matsar. (12-2), Columbus North leads. Kraft, Terry Gaddison, Skirvin going to fire the three off the mark, over the backboard, and it is Columbus North ball.
Columbus North is definitely making Bloomington North work for every single possession that they have.
And there is another runner in the lane for Lucy Norman, and she becomes the fourth Bulldog to score in this game. 14-2. There's the trap. Got to get it away. And then Matsuno takes away, but they're going to say she stepped out of bounds, and it'll be Bloomington North ball. And they always say JV is basically what you see in your JV team is what you want to see in varsity. And this is any indication we're about to see Columbus North put the press on all night long.
Absolutely. This has been absolutely lights out defense.
And there was the pass. Abels could not get the shot to fall. Now there's a foul called on the Cougars.
And as you mentioned, it's a 14-2 game, but it's a 14-0 run right now.
First foul on Ava Kraft, team's first. Going to send Moana Steele to the line, 6'1" freshman. Tallest player for Columbus North. And she misses that one. So one more. And it is good. Now a 15-0 run for the Bulldogs. Bloomington North will bring it up. Skirvin picked up her dribble. Still got to get it across to avoid the 10-second line, and they don't. And that's another turnover for Bloomington North.
Okay. Apologize on the miscount. That's now the third time now that they have turned the ball over due to not being able to get out of the backcourt.
Riley Bozeman, 5'6" freshman, in for Columbus North, 32. There is a three. It is no good for long.
And that's what Bloomington North is going to need to do, is they're going to have to basically force them to take outside shots and then basically just grab the rebounds. Don't let them get any second chance points.
Extend Columbus North out as much as possible. Barrow couldn't get that, but the rebound for Rice. And then it's just every time Bloomington North moves the ball, Columbus North right there to stifle them. About a minute to go here, first quarter. It will be a foul on Columbus North. They will get Abels for the foul, her first, team second. You see Ron Patberg, the JV coach, gets animated at times. But he is the architect of this Columbus North defense. And then Rice just lost it out of bounds, just took her eyes off of it. And it's another turnover for Bloomington North. (15-2). Shot off the mark. Rebounded for Bloomington North. Skirvin going to get fouled by Steele, and she'll get a chance to go to the line.
They're going to have to be able to play a little bit faster in transition when it comes to them. Basically, you can't let their defense get set in front of you. You have to have them going parallel with you instead of in front of you.
Katie Skirvin at the line, 5'6" freshman, as Justice comes in and Steele goes out. Skirvin's only played in one game varsity-wise this season, has not scored. But she will be one that next year sees a lot more time in the varsity level. Down to 15 seconds. Matsar has it. Working it around, baseline shot, no good. Offensive board, Matsar open for the three, no good. Bloomington North recovers, and that will do it. All Columbus North in that first quarter, 15-3 over Bloomington North on Smithville Sports.
Whether you need an awesome wrap for your truck, a new look for your sports car, or simply some great window tinting, Van Horn has you covered. Need accessories like step bars, bug shields, or toolboxes? Or how about a neon clock for the garage or den? Van Horn can take care of it. With years of experience, Van Horn gives you the professional look with the quality you deserve. Stop by our shop in Ellettsville, the large building behind McDonald's, or give us a call at 812-876-2230. You can also visit our website at vanhorn1.com. Van Horn Tent and Accessories, the place for your custom vehicle needs.
As we welcome you back to Bloomington High School North, Columbus North leads the Cougars 15-3. As we're glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball on Smithville Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson, and Quinn, it was all Columbus North in that first quarter, doing it in a multitude of ways.
Basically, we talked about the height advantage that Bloomington North had it in there, but as I just mentioned, we're in an age of basketball where that matters a lot less than it used to. What Columbus North was able to do was basically speed up this Bloomington North team, kind of get in their way, causing three backcourt turnovers, and just a really good spacing and defense across the entire floor. Right now, if I am North, I want to play a little bit more fast and make sure that they can't get set.
As Bloomington North recovers, a couple substitutions. Essie Chang, number 22, Stephanie Nicola, number 23, into the game for Bloomington North, out there with Skirvin, Rice, and Kraft. And then for Columbus North, you see Justice Matsar, Riley Bozeman, 32. Looks like Lucy Norman, 15. And then Lauren Barker is number 3 for Columbus North. Probably her only quarter of JV, key contributor on the varsity, as Matsar drains her second three and is in double figures with 10. One thing, as we always talk about Quinn and JV, 5 quarters a night between JV and varsity, and a lot of times, you know, again, it's a management, it's like a load management situation of how many quarters to play these girls. And the last time we were here, we saw Stephanie Nicola with 4 fouls in a quarter, which begged the question, is if she fouled out, could she come back and play varsity? The answer is yes, as long as she was not ejected from the game. And as you see, Ron Patberg not happy with his execution.
So what you're saying is that I could commit 10 fouls in a given day. That sounds like a challenge.
It is a challenge, but it's possible. Anything's possible. I've seen we've said before, I've seen a player foul out in the first half of a game. Granted, it was an exhibition game. As ball is loose, and it is Bloomington North ball. Cougars still looking to erase an 8. Basically to get anything they can going. As Justice blocked Chang, Kraft with the rebound, and then Justice with another block, and here comes Barker. One-on-one with Nicola, can't get it to go, and then it is Skirvin with the rebound. But you see Barker, she's playing, she is full speed on Skirvin. Just a freshman, definitely makes the impact. So that's a foul on Barker.
Just the 5th foul total of the game.
And there's a steal for Riley Bozeman, and she can't finish it. Nicola able to save it before it goes out of bounds. She's got to pick up her dribble, and Stu Cutshall's got to call a second timeout to avoid a 5-second call.
Yeah, this full court press has really given the Cougars a lot of problems in this game. They just can't really get settled with anything because everything is constantly moving. You can tell that Bloomington North wants to be able to take it slow and methodical and get to their set spots, but the way that Columbus North is playing, everything is always in motion, kind of amorphous in a way.
We talked about Lauren Barker for Columbus North, number 3. In varsity this season, 19 games. She's hit 33s. She averages 6 points a game. So it is good for her for Ron Patberg to be able to get her a quarter of JV action. Build up that confidence, but she will definitely be one to stay around as we get to the varsity, as Ava Kraft hits her 4th point of the night. As you see Columbus North moving the ball around. Barker against Skirvin. Good ball movement inside. Justice kicks it out. Barker gonna fire the 3. It is short. It'll be Bloomington North ball.
And we have seen a lot better defense from Bloomington North here in the 2nd quarter, but the offense is still kind of stuck in the mud.
And just 3 points. Again, the JV team, it's been a rough year, a lot of injuries, a couple of games that were canceled because they just didn't have enough players. Nice pass, and Kraft can't get the roll.
That's exactly the look you wanted, just wasn't able to hit it.
Justice. Good job. I like how Justice is able to pass out of the post to the guards when she can't get the look she wants.
Very helpful skill for the next level.
Barker, Justice just cleared it out for Barker to lay it up and in. Her first 2. And it is 20-5 Columbus North. Taken away.
That's something you don't want to do. You don't want to basically create a second defender against you, which is what the sideline becomes when you start driving down it.
Justice left it short as Rice got in the passing lane. Here's Nicola on Barker. She gets fouled and will go to the line. Now Ron Patberg wants a timeout. That's Barker's 2nd and the team's 5th already. With 2:44 to go here in the 2nd quarter. You see Stu Cutshall, the JV coach, been a long-time assistant here at Bloomington North. Got road games against Edgewood and Terre Haute North next week. So that's going to close out the regular season. And then the sectional draw is Sunday, Quinn, is the sectional this year at Bloomington South. As you see, Ron Patberg, the JV coach, you'll have Bloomington South, Bloomington North, Columbus North, Columbus East, East Central, and then Martinsville. So 5 o'clock on Sunday is the draw, as you see the intensity of Ron Patberg telling his team what they're not doing right, even when his team is up by 15.
Hey, I mean, that's a coach's job, is always be teach. You always have to teach. You could literally be playing a perfect game and be like, your pass wasn't crisp enough. I've been in enough locker rooms where we had really great, where the ladies had excellent performance, and me and coach would talk about it. He says, I'll have to figure out something that I'll have to tell them that they'll need to do better. They know they did well, but I still got to coach them up."
Yeah, sometimes you got to come down to the little things.
And that's how a team gets better. First, you work on the small things, and then once you have those down, then you start working on the smaller details.
Good ball movement pass from Matsar to Justice. She has 4. 22-6, Columbus North on top. And full court press. And Coach Patberg telling his team to get the hands up, and they do. And again, they create another Bloomington North turnover.
One thing that North needs to recognize is that when someone's doubled, that means that there's going to be at least one person open. So to always kind of be looking up to get that ball moving to the next player.
Approaching 2 minutes to go, and that time Rice got her hand in the passing lane, deflected it out of bounds, and it's Columbus North ball. 2 minutes to go. We'll have a great halftime feature for you. Kraft just stuffed Matsar. Here comes Bloomington North. Nicola on against Barker. Skirvin gonna throw up the runner, gets fouled. That is 3 on Lauren Barker, team 6th. Gonna send Skirvin back to the line, 1 of 2 tonight. Makes it 1 of 3. North has hit 2 free throws. 2 of 7 from the line. We talk about free throws all the time, Quinn, and how it can be a game changer as she hits 1 of 2. Lucy Norman's back in, and Lauren Barker's going to go out. That will probably do it for Barker in this game. Ava McGuire, number 2, checks in for Bloomington North. 5 quarters between JV and varsity. And I would think with the lead that Columbus North has, they would not have to use her for the rest of this game. Got to get it in, they do. Good pass to Justice. Triple teamed, gets the shot off and scores. (24-7), Columbus North on top. Less than a minute and a half left in the first half. Skirvin picked up her dribble. McGuire. Again, Columbus North not giving Bloomington North any inch on offense. They are right in front of the player every time they have the ball. They're going to call Nicola for the travel. Or no, they're going to call the foul first.
I think that's going to put them in the bonus as well.
That's going to get Norman her first. And then Lauren Barker is back in. And Livy Rice checking in for Jersey Terry Gatson. This will be Stephanie Nicola at the line. She hits that one.
And honestly, looking at the foul discrepancy, it's almost kind of been just like which team has been like more active in trying to like take the ball away. more than oh, the refs calling us inside. It's because one team is being ultra aggressive.
That is Columbus North. The way that they play defense and work the ball around. Again, good ball movement. All five touch the ball. Justice misses. Kraft with the rebound into the hands of Nicola, and she'll bring it up. .30 seconds left. Working it around. Skirvin off the mark. Last touch by Barker. It will be Bloomington North ball. .18 seconds to go. All Columbus North. Good pass underneath. Skirvin dribbles it out. Gonna put up the shot. It's blocked. Nicola underneath, can't get it to go. We're gonna say jump ball, Columbus North ball. Now they're gonna roll it. Barker's gonna pick it up and the clock will start. 8 seconds to go, guarded by McGuire. And McGuire is gonna get called for the foul. Just the second team foul on Bloomington North in this half.
Set up one more possession.
3 seconds to go. Gonna fire the three. It is off the mark for Abels. We'll go to halftime with Columbus North leading 24-8 as we look at the highlights. And it's all Columbus North outside shooting from Kanan Matsuno, and then inside as Columbus North can do it in a variety of ways. As you see, Annalie Matsar, 10 points in that first half. Lauren Barker with 2 as Columbus North in control. Bloomington North 24-8 at halftime here on Smithfield Sports.
Hi, I'm Christy McBride, Director of Hoosier Hills Career Center. So part of what we do here at the Career Center is to make sure that we are preparing students for college, careers, and beyond. Our goal is to make sure that those students that come into our center have marketable, transferable skills that they can use in a variety of locations, or to at least give them those entry-level skills where they can keep climbing up the ladder and learning more. So Hoosier Hills Career Center offers opportunities for any student. Typically we have juniors and seniors that come to our program, but because we're physically attached to Bloomington North High School, we have freshmen and sophomores who come. We are seated in Monroe County, but we service Owen County, Morgan County, and Greene County. We have 5 different school districts that allow us to serve 9 different schools. So we have quite a broad spectrum of folks that we can serve here at the Career Center. We offer close to 200 dual credits completely free of charge to our students. So students can come out with a technical certificate, or if they're really hardworking and they combine their technical skill dual credits and their academic dual credits, they actually can get to an associate's degree. Last spring, we were awarded a grant that is through the Department of Workforce Development called the Skill Up 3 grant. And that allowed for us to bring the Emergency Medical Services program to Hoosier Hills Career Center. Super excited about that program, not just with the dual credits that are offered, but we've had numerous students ask about what's next. They may take a health science class and say, well, I really want to go and do something on the, what about on the ambulance? I want to work on the ambulance, or I want to work in the ER. So it really made sense to listen to the students and say, what's next?
My name is Mike Hendricks, and I'm an instructor here at Hoosier Hills Career Center, and I teach the EMT program. I started in 1983 as a first responder, and also became a CPR instructor in 1983. Have been continuously certified as a CPR instructor, and I've also been in EMS continuously since then. Been an EMT and then an advanced EMT. So the EMT course is approximately 160 didactic hours, meaning lecture type hours. This class runs for the entire school year. And by the time we have all of the sending schools come in, get settled, and then by the time they have to leave early to catch their buses, we get about 2.5 hours of quality education time in. So I try to make this training as realistic as I can, knowing that high school students don't have a lot of background to draw from. So we teach in teams. I make the students responsible to each other. A lot of the homework is taught in a team concept where they have to work together. We practice as a team, and we are responsible to each other for our actions or inactions. Because in EMS, we have to work together as a team. If we don't, then our care suffers and the patient suffers. So everything is based on cooperation and respect, as well as a hierarchy of leadership. So we also use a student team leader. So we learn a chain of command in this class as well. We have students who come in from the fire science program. I have students coming in from the medical technology class. And then I have students who come in with no other background whatsoever. When they leave the program, I have students who will go to college and use this for allied health, such as respiratory therapy. I have students who will go into nursing. I've had students go into the military and use the program there. And I've had students go straight into employment, working at a fire department or an ambulance service. And I'm proud to say that I have 2 students right now working together in Martinsville on an ambulance. So the students do get to graduate and go into real-world experience. So it's mostly high school seniors, and because of the age requirement, we want students to be able to test and get certified by the end of the school year. So in other words, we want students who will be 18 by the end of May. So the aspects of the training are, this is a fully credentialed National Registry EMT program. That curriculum is regulated by the Department of Transportation, and it's administered by the Department of Homeland Security. So we meet all the requirements through Indiana, through Department of Homeland Security, and then as required by National Registry. So the students will earn their National Registry certification first, then they can transfer that to a state of Indiana certification. The testing is in 2 parts. One is there's a skills or hands-on portion that involves 13 different skill stations.
The nature of the testing is very different than sitting down at a computer and answering questions or writing an essay. This is how do you perform with a person strapped on a backboard or taking them from one position on the ground to a sitting position. It is just a very different type of testing environment.
The second part is there's a written test that's on a computer, and the computer is predictive in its analysis of whether a student or candidate will pass. And within the first 12 questions, that National Registry exam will know if you're going to pass or not. And it can take you from 70 to approximately 120 questions.
Mr. Hendricks, our teacher, just cares a whole lot about every single student. He wants everybody to pass. So he'll do anything he can to help.
The advantage of taking the training here in a career center setting is the students or the candidates are getting the training now while they're young, and so potential employers such as a fire department are not having to pay for that training. These students graduate with their credentials, so they're already employable. They're ready to work. EMTs their skill sets are becoming more and more valuable as the population increases and as the need for more physicians and more healthcare workers increases. EMTs will be utilized more and more. There is a definite high demand.
We've actually had folks from Indianapolis. The Indianapolis EMT outreach coordinator came down and shared with our students and was trying to recruit them because the need is across the state.
I would highly recommend this course, especially in this setting, because it is a college level course. The students get 7.5 hours of college credit through Ivy Tech. Those transfer across the state. So if a student wants to go into nursing, if they want to go into allied health, they've got an excellent start to a college education program. I've had students who've told me They love coming to class every day because it's like Christmas every day. I'm always opening some new box, and they're getting to see something new or experience something new, and every day's different.
More folks are trying to figure out what they can actually do to help others, which is heartwarming. You know, that's what we want to see. We want to grow that compassion, and these students absolutely want to do those things to serve. The ability for us to offer our students and folks from the community the stair-stepping ability to just keep going up that ladder and getting more training and going further with what you want to do for your profession, you know, that's really what it's all about.
As we welcome you back to Bloomington High School North, Bloomington, Indiana, Tom McKinney Court here at the Cougar Den. It is all Columbus North, 24-8 over the Cougars in the JV contest. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball here on Smithfield Sports. Alongside Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jensen, and Quinn, it's all, as we mentioned, it's all Columbus North there in that first half.
And it all started with Annalie Madzar, who really got it going, had 7 points really early on, and basically sparked the tempo for this Columbus North team that basically, I would like to probably say that it was their entire defense was kind of amorphous like an amoeba, basically always changing, always suffocating, and just continued to give problems to this Bloomington North team. Now, we do have another half to go here. It has been, they were able to get a couple of free throws right in the second quarter, so it has lessened the lead to 16. It's still a long way to climb, but the game isn't over yet.
Game is not over yet, and as we've seen from Columbus North JV coach Ron Patberg, not always satisfied with his team, even up big. As we talk about, it's those little things, and sometimes when you're playing so well, then you got to really start picking at what
you never want to rest
wrong.
on your laurels.
As I said at halftime to our crew, a perfectionist, I think, when it comes to Ron Patberg, probably comes to a lot of coaches.
A coach's job is never done because there's no such thing as perfect.
Even if you win a few state titles or national titles, I guess you want another one or several more. So Columbus North will inbound. Matt Sarr. Outside shot, no good for Emma Long. Then out of bounds, it will stay with the Bulldogs. One thing about Columbus North, they have used, well, both teams have used all the players available to them in this game. As it's a foul on Bloomington North. They're going to get Ava McGuire with the foul. That's her first and the team's first in this half. Spot up three, no good. Here is the long rebound to Katie Skirvin. Jersey Terry Gaddison with it to McGuire. Leaves it for Terry Gaddison, and she misses, and Justice with the rebound.
In those situations where you have two players guarding you and then you're right next to the out of bounds, that's basically three defenders on you, so you have to avoid those kind of situations if you're Bloomington North.
And it probably feels that for Bloomington North, the way Columbus North plays defense, it's not 5-on-5, it's like 7 or 8-on-5 because they're just everywhere. As you see Matsuno get the roll, her 5th point of the game, and this lead is 18. But the way Columbus North plays defense and how quick they are, too, it probably feels like there's extra players out there. As you see another turnover by Bloomington North. Matsuno had the open shot, passed it up. Columbus North moves the ball well. There is a jumper for the baseline for Lucy Norman, and that's her 4th point. Lead is 20. McGuire misses. With Long the rebound, up ahead Matsar, and beautiful finish for Matsar. She has 12.
Just a perfect fast break, getting the one player to hedge forward. You always, when you start on a fast break, you always got to worry about how you never want to go back too late, because if the possession hasn't actually changed, then you've created a defensive disadvantage. But once you recognize that your team has the ball, you want to just go, because you want to be able to give players the ability to move the ball forward.
As substitutions for Columbus North, Bozeman 32 and Abels 23 into the game. Not able to finish. Again, you just see relentless the pressure, and Stu Cutshall calls a 60-second
He only has 2
timeout.
timeouts left.
Columbus North has all 3. You see Coach Cutshall. Again, as we talked about, it's been a rough year for the JV squad. You see a couple girls, Madison Edie Booker, who's been out all season with injury, also Maya Mays as well on the Bloomington North bench battling injuries. So it has been a wrong season for Bloomington North. The Cougars come into the varsity game tonight 7-12, 1-2 in Conference Indiana, and the Columbus North squad comes in 13-7. Going to be interesting because these teams are close in average. They average Bloomington North 45.6, Columbus North 49.3. Defensively, Columbus North 41.4 and Bloomington North 49.8. But Columbus North has controlled the series throughout in the last, since 2001. They lead at all time 18-7, 4-2 in sectional meetings, and they won the last 11 meetings. You have to go back to January 30th, 2010 here in the Cougar Den when Bloomington North won 57-50. So the Bulldogs with the steal, and they are just working their sets, constantly moving the ball. Good jumper from the baseline for Riley Bozeman, her first 2 of the night. And McGuire loses it, taken away. Columbus North in transition, and it's Emma Long with her first 2 of the night. Only JV player not to score for Columbus North right now is Reagan Abels. Matsuno with the steal. And Columbus North just putting on a clinic.
Basically turning the last 2 minutes into a layup line.
36-8 lead. Not much you can do at this point for Bloomington North. It's another turnover. So McGuire could not complete the pass to Skirvin. Matsuno intercepted, and McGuire with her 2nd foul.
We'd like to see some shots at least, because it's just been turnover. You're not even giving yourself a chance.
Essie Chang, 22, checks in, and Moana Steele, number 5, checks in for Columbus North. Matsuno, and that's the other thing, Columbus North not turning the ball over at all. Getting a lot of points off turnovers. There's a good pass inside from Long to Steele. She's got 3. And this lead just expands for Columbus North. They're going to call a foul. On Columbus North, they're going to get Emma Long for her first, team's first. As Matsuno comes out, she does dress varsity. So she is actually missed one quarter as Skirvin misses. Battle for it. They're going to call the jump ball and possession arrow with Columbus North.
But see, at least a shot attempt came from that possession, though. You can't mount a comeback if you're not even taking a shot. So you want to see that. Might not make the shots, but you want to at least give yourself a chance right now.
Steele misses the shot, too strong. It's been few and far between for Bloomington North even getting shots up.
Oh, nice pass.
And there is the one for Chang, and she gets the roll.
First points of the half for Bloomington North.
Stops the bleeding after just 8 points in the first half. Offensive rebound for Columbus North, too strong. Second and third chance, another rebound. And they're going to keep moving it around, and that shot is off. And they are Bloomington North with the rebound. Skirvin to Kraft. Steele commits the foul, and Kraft will go to the line.
And sometimes it's literally just needing to see one go in, and then you start gaining a little bit of confidence.
And Ava Kraft.
You can already feel that there already a little bit more energy coming from Bloomington North.
Ava Kraft at the line. She gets that one to go. Cougars were 4 of 10 from the charity stripe in the first half. As Justice back in, Steele goes out.
Not a very giving charity tonight.
Not at all. As Kraft hits both, she's got 6. As Bloomington North trying to do anything they can. Turn over Columbus North. Again, good ball movement, shot for 3, way off the mark. Terry Gaddison saves it. Bloomington North going to bring it up with Skirvin. Going to get it to Chang. Again, just working hard as they got to go way deep in the backcourt. There's 1 second to go. Not going to get the shot off, and we go to the fourth quarter with Columbus North up 26 on Smithville Sports.
Whether it's countertops, an outdoor kitchen, or a custom shower, Inside Out Kitchen and Bath can make your ideas reality. Based locally in Ellettsville, our staff have over 30 years experience in the business and the dedicated ability to get your job done right. Stop in and see us at 4053 North Centennial Drive in Ellettsville, just opposite Arby's. Visit our website at www.iokb.us or give us a call at 812-803-8005. We'll help you complete your project inside and out.
As we welcome you back to Bloomington High School North, you see JV coach Ron Patberg for Columbus North. His team in control, 38-12 over Bloomington North on Smithville Sports. Glad you could join us alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson. A reminder, we're on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Smithville Media. You can search Smithville Media on YouTube, and you can subscribe to the Smithville Media channel on YouTube as well. So we thank all of you for joining us. We also want to thank our crew, our director tonight for this JV game, Catherine Jankowski, doing a great job. Our technical director, Rob Ramsey, Nate Alarcon on the replays, Noah Barajas, Jeremy Nutter, and Sam Malloy on the cameras, and you and I doing commentary. And we thank you for everything that you all do throughout the season. As we start the fourth quarter here, 7-minute quarters in JV, as Lauren Barker is back in now for Columbus North, so eligible for 3 quarters tonight in varsity. As gonna fire up the shot as Justice with the rebound and putback. Terry Gaddison with it for Bloomington North. Justice just gets a hand on it. Her and Kraft are tied up. Possession arrow with Columbus North. As you see Rice pressuring Barker. Now Chang picks her up. Inside, Kraft deflects that into the hands of Rice. As Skirvin throws up the runner, no good. Steele with the rebound, tied up with Skirvin, and it's Bloomington North ball. (40-12) lead for Columbus North. Rice fires up the shot, no good. Steele with the rebound, here comes Barker. Gives it to Justice. Nice lob from Justice to Steele, and she finishes.
I thought that at first that they were just going to get the open 3, but then they got it around the entire court. I thought they were going to shoot for 3, but then they got it around the entire court and were able to get it in.
They're going to wave off the basket. They're going to call Abels for the turnover, for the travel. Matsar going to check in as Abel's going to go to the bench. For 5 minutes to go in this JV game. Varsity followed 20 minutes after. Skirvin gonna fire, no good. And it's out of bounds.
Liked the hustle there, but an unnecessary thing, just let it go out of bounds.
Gonna get the ball in. Chang in. As you see, a lot of different players getting some time in tonight for the Cougars. Nicola has only played 1 quarter. Mallory Barrows only played 1 quarter. So they are eligible for all 4 quarters. Cougars to inbound. Skirvin. Columbus North just does not give an inch as Steele's going to commit the foul on Kraft. That will be the second on Steele, team's 4th. Ava Kraft misses the free throw as Ava McGuire back in. Essie Chang goes out. And 1 more for Kraft. It is good. But this lead is 29 for Columbus North. Inside, taken away from Bloomington North. That's a rare turnover for the Bulldogs. Skirvin gets fouled and will go to the line.
You got to give a little bit of credit to Bloomington North, actually. That was a really good steal.
It was a good steal as Skirvin will go to the line. And that's one of those things that Coach Cutshaw can be happy about because they did force a turnover on Columbus North. Maybe not as many as they'd like to have, but they at least got one, and he can be pleased about that. That the defense hasn't quit. One more for Skirvin, and it is good, and Coach Cutshaw wants a full timeout with 3:55 to go. So if you're Coach Cutshaw, you know this game is in doubt. At this point, what are you trying to explain to your team? What are you teaching them?
Basically, as the purpose of JV has always been to get better. This is a learning experience. Right now, the win is very doubtful at the moment, but if I'm Coach Cutshaw, I'm telling my girls that you have to be able to continue playing hard, play until the clock strikes zero, continue to attack. I liked it a lot better in the third quarter. What was a 16-point game, and you could have talked yourself into Bloomington North could cut into this lead and come back. Just kept turning the ball over and over again. So ball protection is going to be something that's going to want to continue to look at, and then especially get some shots up. Do not come away with empty possessions where you don't even attempt a shot. But at the same time, don't just jack up a shot as well.
So under 4 to go. Columbus North has it. Led 24-8 at half. Led 15-3 after the first quarter. 38-12 after 3 quarters. Have never looked back. And as you see, the pressure is still coming from Columbus North. McGuire, Skirvin. Matsard takes it away. That was Bozeman. She thought about the 3. Justice. Able to pass it out. Bozeman open. Missed it. Barker rebound. And gets it to Bozeman. Inside Justice, good post up on Kraft. Gets her own board, gets to Barker, gonna throw up the runner, and she gets it.
Had plenty of space to just kind of drive and then kind of shoot the runner.
Only 2.5 minutes to go. Bloomington North will finish up their regular season next week, Tuesday against Edgewood, and then Terre Haute North on Thursday. Columbus North, they will finish their regular season next week with Perry Meridian and Indianapolis Roncalli at home. And then it's the sectionals at Bloomington South in 2 weeks. Approaching 2 minutes to go. As another turnover by Columbus North. Rice gets the shot pass, scores and drives past Justice.
Nice pick and roll, able to just get to the basket. And as I said, a lot better here in this fourth quarter compared to the third.
That is a good basket for Reagan Abels, and now every player for Columbus North has scored tonight. That is something you can't say very much in a JV contest. But it shows the depth of their JV team, that everybody contributes. Again, they are keeping the pressure. They double team McGuire, and Coach Cutshall's got to call his final timeout. So 1:06 to go. Columbus North in control. 46-16. Again, we are on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Smithville Media. You can search Smithville Media, and you can subscribe to Smithville Media channel on YouTube. And we want to thank our crew, our director, Catherine Jankowski, technical director, Rob Ramsey, replays, Nate Alarcon, our camera crew, Noah Barajas, Jeremy Nutter, and Sam Malloy, you and I on commentary, and thank you for everything you all do throughout the season. Again, you look at the Bloomington North bench, the injury bug, as you see Madison Edie Booker, who's not played all season, and Amaya Mays out for this game. Also, Jamie Leon, who's played most of the year, is not even on the bench. So, I mean, it's definitely a depth factor for Bloomington North.
And you always, unfortunately, injuries are something that can't really control. They just kind of happen. It's part of the sport.
Turnover and layup for Lauren Barker. She's got 6. I have definitely been impressed with Barker, the way she keeps the player in front of her on defense, her speed, and just making heads-up plays and helping this JV team out. Key contributor on varsity, 6 points a game, giving Ron Patberg 2 quarters here in JV. She gets the ball, just a freshman. So definitely the future, one of the future bright spots for this Columbus North team. Under 30 seconds, and now McGuire is going to commit the foul. Her third, and the team's third. Good ball movement inside. I would think they're going to take the shot here. That's way off the mark. Into the hands of Barker. 9 seconds to go. I would think Columbus North just dribbles it out, but they take another shot. And that's no good. And the horn sounds, and that is it. Columbus North dominates this game with a 48-16 win, as it was 10-4 in the fourth quarter. There you see it inside. Andrea Justice finishes with 8 points as she gets a lot of rebounds, kicks it out to Lauren Barker. She gets the run out. She scored, or runner gets 6. Bloomington North, though, as we talked about, gets a couple baskets, but it was a lot of this. Steal and layup for Columbus North as they dominate 48-16. We thank all our hard-working crew. For my partner, Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in about 20 minutes for varsity between Columbus North and Bloomington North on Smithville Sports.
mean, they still got next year. That is their. And this was always going to be a little bit of a. I don't want to say a little bit of a transition. Your best players became juniors. You're supposed to do well, but I mean,
Right.
you still got another chance. What's Edgewood's? What's the girls' record?
They are.
Wow.
As we welcome you to the Cougar Den, Tom McKinney Court here at Bloomington High School North, Bloomington, Indiana. It is girls basketball action varsity game between the Columbus North Bulldogs and the Bloomington North Cougars. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball on Smithfield Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson, and Quinn, when it comes to these two teams, Columbus North has owned this series with 11 wins in a row against Bloomington North.
Yeah, it's gonna be another tall task again for Bloomington North tonight against the Bulldogs. But you got to think this is going to be the last time that these seniors are going to be facing them. A very prominent senior class with Ainsley Urbanski and Aaron Lillis, Bentley Grooms, Nadia Trent, that you definitely know that they're going to try to give it their all tonight, see if they can finally get one over Columbus North.
Yeah, it's been since January 30th, 2010 when Bloomington North won 57-50 here in the Cougar Den. Columbus North since 2001 leads this series 18-7, 4-2 in sectional meetings, and again we mentioned 11 straight wins against Bloomington North. But Bloomington North, though, 1,000-point score in Ainsley Urbanski. She got it Saturday against Guerin Catholic. For her career, she is currently at 1,023 points, 13 points per game at her career, 51 games in double figures. And she has we've seen her the last couple years, Quinn, and she has just gone from that kind of star JV player to your top varsity, to your best player on varsity as a senior.
Yeah, it's the story that you love to see, a progression, earning it through the ranks, being that starting on JV, becoming the best player on JV, then coming over to varsity, and then becoming the best player on varsity.
As we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. As the national anthem has been played, and we're going to look at the starting lineups first for Columbus North. They're going to go with Annie Anderson at 5'7", senior number 2. Sierra Norman is 5'9" and a senior. Number 11 is Kyla Lawson, 5'10" and a sophomore. Alexa McKinley, 5'7" and a junior. She leads Columbus North at 11.1 a game. And then Madison.
It's going to be something very, sorry to cut you off, but it's going to be a very interesting where Urbanski is basically the motor that makes the Bloomington North offense run. You're looking at a team in Columbus North that shares the ball very good, and it's a scoring by committee.
And then you got Madison White, who's 5'11" and a junior for Pat McKee in his 10th year at the school, 214 and 48. He's won 7 Conference Indiana championships, never had a losing season, 6 sectionals, 4 regionals, 3 semi-states, 2 state runner-ups, and a state championship in 2015 when a certain player named Allie Patberg led them as a senior. She missed basketball that year in 2015, now on the IU women's team as a redshirt junior after transferring from Notre Dame. For Bloomington North, they are going
there's been something about Indiana University and taking graduate junior transfers from other Indiana schools.
As you see, well, they got Danielle Patterson coming in next year, who's a transfer. There is Ainsley Urbanski, number 3, Mallory Barrow, number 10, Aaron Lillis, the senior as well. And then you have Casey Thomas, number 13, who transferred over from Bloomington South. And then Elise Goad, as she is number 12, 5'10", junior. And Jeff Termale, 17 and 48 in his third year at the school. He was 4 and 19 in 2017-18, 6 and 17 a season ago. Bloomington North coming off a loss at Brownstown Central, 47-38. Brownstown Central is where Jeff Termale graduated from, so he goes back home to his alma mater and unfortunately could not get the win. They will play here next year. Brownstown Central in 3A, but always a good 3A program. So it will be Lawson and Thomas to jump. Columbus North in the blue, Bloomington North in the white, and we are underway. This will be 20 Alexa McKinley to start it off for Bloomington North. Or Columbus North, Sierra Norman fires the 3, and she gets her own rebound. This is Norman. Inside, McKinley. Norman fires outside and buries it.
Sierra Norman has hit quite a few three-pointers. That's her 40th on the season for her. She's able to hit. She's a really good three-point shooter. We cannot let her be open like that.
Columbus North 143 three-pointers now on the year. And as you see, just like in the JV, bottling up Bloomington North, and Kyla Lawson steals it and scores and will go to the line.
Great job to finish through contact, get the N1, and a solid start here for the Bulldogs.
Kyla Lawson at the line for Columbus North. On the season, Columbus North shoots 69% from the free throw line. Lawson is a 57% shooter, averages 5.3 a game for the Bulldogs, and has had double figures twice, 11 against Heritage Christian and 10 against Terre Haute North. She gets that one to go, and it's a 6-0 lead.
Put a little too much on that pass. Had her wide open underneath. Could have gotten an easy basket for Mallory Barrow.
So just like in the JV where Columbus North dominated, they come out immediately and jump on top. Madison White, McKinley, gets it to Norman. White fires the outside 3 and hits it. And for Madison White,
that's her 40th.
That's her 40th.
She said, Sierra, let me join you in that 40-point club, in that 43-point club.
And now 144 threes on the year for Columbus North as Casey Thomas buries a 3. And
a much-needed 3 to help kind of stop it, because it was basically just Columbus North just steamrolling to start this game, but that was a very huge three to try to kind of quiet and settle things down.
Columbus North has been a machine. 84-43 all-time state tournament record, 8 Conference Indiana championships, 7 in a row from 2012 to 2018, 19 sectionals, 4 regionals, 3 semi-states, and won the state championship in 2015. As I mentioned, Pat McKee's never had a losing season. In 20 seasons, last 20 years, Columbus North has had 18 winning seasons. 1 500 season and just 1 losing season. So the tradition continues at Columbus North with a dominant program. Several Indiana All-Stars through the years, with Allie Patberg winning Miss Basketball in 2015. Cougars have had a tradition as well, 4 sectionals, 3 regionals, 4 Conference Indiana championships. But you got to go back to 2006 for that sectional, 2003 for the regional, and 2010 for Conference Indiana. And another triple, this time Annie Anderson joins the party with her first 3. Twelve to 3, Columbus North on top. Lillis, no good, loss in the rebound. McKinley with it for Columbus North, approaching 5 to go. Anderson, Norman outside, ring it up. Her second 3, 4th for Columbus North.
You can't leave her open like that.
This is what I saw Columbus North do against Zionsville on December 28th when they won 67 to 60.
That was an excellent job. Sorry to interrupt you. That was an excellent job to break the press, but just got to be able to hit that one.
Well, I was going to say it was a 3-point clinic as Madison White misses the 3. Battle for it between Goad and Anderson. Jump ball possession, arrow stays with Bloomington North. Casey Thomas going to inbound it. Anderson deflects it out of bounds. It will stay with Bloomington North. Casey Thomas gonna get it to Lillis. Gotta get it across. Does to Urbanski. Gonna drive, no good. White with the rebound. McKinley gonna set it up for Columbus North. Anderson inside and a lot of contact. She gets her 5th point.
She muscled her way in for that basket. Bounced off of 3 bodies like a pinball. Surprised that there's no foul call there, but right now it's just been Columbus North rolling.
Anderson averages 6.4. The top 6 for Columbus North average 5 points or better. You talk about balanced scoring.
Mm-hmm.
And one we haven't seen yet off the bench is Lauren Barker. We saw 2 quarters of her in the JV, averages 6 a game. So Bloomington North will inbound. Urbanski comes in leading Bloomington North and scoring at 17.5. Then it's Lillis at 8.4. Taken away by McKinley. Here comes Columbus North in transition, and it's McKinley right to the bucket for her first 2.
It is continuously trapping.
Barrow gets the shot off, no good, and it's McKinley with the rebound.
Basically just taking a shot as soon as they're open. They need to try to at least get shots that they want. there was plenty of space to drive to the basket on that last attempt.
As Norman missed the three, Lawson with the rebound, and she was fouled and will go to the line. That'll be on Goad. As Lawson hits the free throw, now we're going to see Nadia Trent come in for the first time, replacing Goad. Lawson misses. And Bloomington North with it, lead 17. Again, just trapping everywhere is Columbus North. Urbanski gets blocked, but as foul will go to the line. That will be on Kyla Lawson, her first, team's second. Urbanski at the line, and she gets that one to go.
Urbanski has lived at the line during this season. Those are her 158th and 159th free throw attempts on this year.
72% free throw shooter coming into the night. Done a great job for Bloomington North in her senior season. She gets the rebound off the miss. And McKinley's going to get called for the bump.
And that was basically an excellent change of pace. Kind of looked like it was going to jog up and then started sprinting, and kind of got McKinley to kind of, hesitate and then panic, kind of like, oh goodness, I need to go after her and kind of stop her, which ended up causing the foul.
Barrow gonna fire the three, it's good. Mallory Barrow with her first triple of the season.
And a huge time to have it as well.
Lead is 12. White's three off the mark. Off. Emily Herndon, number 10, checked in the game for Columbus North, and it's Bloomington North ball. Talked about how Columbus North loves to live from the outside, as they have 146 threes on the year, and now Bloomington North has just 48. Out of bounds to the Cougars. 20-8 lead, Columbus North.
And you mentioned that, and 38 of those are from Urbanski and Lillis.
Yeah, definitely a dominance by the two senior guards. Unquestioned leaders of this team, that's for sure. As Anderson saves it into the hands of Urbanski, and she scores her fourth point on that nice runner.
This is a 7-0 run right now by Bloomington North. Cut this to 10.
Now it will be a foul on the Cougars. That will be on Urbanski. Bloomington North adjusted to that onslaught early on and is now within 10. McKinley's shot is good, her fourth point.
Playing a little too off the ball right now, and allowing just enough space to get really good shots up.
Minute to go as you see Anderson knock it away out of bounds. Urbanski, and it will be Bloomington North ball. Lillis, guarded by McKinley. Nice pass inside. Anderson deflects it and takes it away.
Yeah,
now
had to drive to the basket, but again, great tip.
She's going to run the offense here with 32 seconds to go. In the hands of McKinley. McKinley sees the clock. Gets it back to Anderson. Dangerous play because McKinley was right at the mid-court line. Herndon, they're going to call an offensive foul on Columbus North.
Chance to cut this back to 10.
We're going to get Anderson with her second, team's fourth. Urbanski coast to coast, taken away, no foul. And that's the end of the first quarter. Columbus North 22, Bloomington North 10 on Smithville Sports.
Smithville Media has produced stunning and engaging features and documentaries for over a decade. Local interest stories, interviews, commercials and event coverage are all part of what we do. Let us showcase your business or create a commercial for your promotions. We can even play your pieces during our live sports broadcasts. For details, speak with a Smithville representative or email media@smithville.com.
As we welcome you back to Bloomington North, you see the Cougar huddle with Coach Jeff Tremail. The Cougars down 22-10 to Columbus North as we start the second quarter. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball on Smithville Sports. A reminder that tomorrow night we will be back here in the Cougar Den for boys basketball action as Terre Haute South comes in 6-9, enters on a 5-game losing streak. They are off tonight against a Bloomington North squad. It's 11-4, and they're on the road at Evansville North this evening. So JV at 6, varsity tomorrow night at 7:30. As it's been a tough road for Bloomington North the last couple weeks with Bloomington South and Silver Creek coming into the Cougar Den. Not able to pull off those victories. So we will have Terre Haute South at Bloomington North here tomorrow night in the Cougar Den. Hope you can join us. Meanwhile, Quinn, Columbus North just controlling the first quarter.
Yeah, they came out to a really dominant lead, but then Bloomington North responded nicely with the 7-0 run to kind of keep this game still respectable through the first quarter. It's going to be very interesting to see during these first couple of minutes here in the second quarter if they're able to continue to cut into this lead or if it's going to be pushed back out.
Outside shot for McKinley, no good. A long rebound. She follows it, and she gets her 6th point of the night. Got to get those long rebounds.
As soon as the rebound is corralled by the offense, you need to reset the defense. Not able to do it fast enough.
6 points for McKinley, leads the team in scoring at 11.1. Urbanski's shot no good, and McKinley with the rebound. Gives it up to Norman. 3 from the wing is good. That's her 3rd 3, 9 points for Sierra Norman.
Just able to get around those screens and basically get these wide open 3-pointers. And I believe she's hit all 3 attempts.
8.8 points a game for Norman coming in. Now they're going to say Columbus North touched it last. Pat McKee doesn't like the call. As Bloomington North will inbound it underneath their own basket. Urbanski tries to feed Casey Thomas inside, and it's into the hands of Sierra Norman. Kanan Matsuno is in the game for Columbus North wearing 21. Saw her in the JV. Madison White inside. A lot of contact, and it was off Columbus North. As you see, Pat McKee not agreeing with that call. Said Bloomington North touches it last. Nevertheless, Columbus North up by 17. Urbanski with her 6th point of the night.
Just trying to throw it up there and see what happens. got a nice roll. And right now, a couple calls going against
As you see
the
the hustle.
Bulldogs, and don't want to get distracted by the little things. Can't let things unwind.
As you see the hustle of Ainsley Urbanski, and Annie Anderson's going to check back in as Alexa McKinley will go out. Also going to see Lauren Barker for the first time in varsity. Just a freshman. Where's number 3? 6 points a game. Barker comes in averaging. Norman gets it to Barker, to Anderson. Back to Barker. And it seems like when Barker comes in the game, the pace picks up.
Definitely feel renewed energy.
Lawson, nice kick. Norman, corner 3, no good.
I believe that's the first miss tonight.
Off on Bloomington North. Columbus North ball. 5-0, approaching 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Anderson, a lot of contact. Lawson misses, gets another chance and scores this time, will go to the line. We're going to get Nadia Trent for the foul. That's her first, team's 4th. Kyla Lawson going to be at the line for Columbus North. Misses that. She's 2 of 4 from the line tonight for 6 points. See Bentley Grooms into the game for the first time for Bloomington North, wearing number 1. This is Lillis. Grooms to the bucket and scores, and will go to the line.
Grooms comes right in the game, makes a huge impact play.
So Bentley Grooms at the line on the season, averages 3.8, 70% or 67%, 70 points coming in, and she can't get that one to go. Here comes Columbus North. And you see Grooms match up with Barker. I like that. Speed on speed, but Grooms misses the close, gets hung up on the screen, and Barker buries the 3. That's
Barker continuing to impress, first in the JV game and now in the varsity game.
31 threes on the year for Barker as Urbanski scores with her 8th point of the night. Barker gonna fire the 3 again. This time it grazes the bottom of the rim, or bottom of the net, goes out of bounds.
It went down so natural, and it hit the bottom of the rim, so it went down so naturally that it looked for a second almost like it went in.
That missed everything. When Columbus North, one thing about their defense, they do not.
They swarm to the ball.
They swarm to the ball, and they do not let you get an inch.
They basically, when they're kind of like a shark with blood, in that once you see a player, oh, this player is in a position where they don't usually handle the ball. Let's corral them right now and basically force them to make a mistake.
Get us knocked away. There is Grooms. Urbanski.
That was deflected.
Deflected out of bounds. It will be Columbus North ball.
Oh, wow.
But Barker
I thought
got
it
a
was
hand on
deflected.
that. Now Matsuno.
At the very least, it was altered.
Matsuno brings it up. Urbanski takes it away from her. One-on-one. Can't get the finish, but will go to the line. Foul on Matsuno, her first, team sixth. Urbanski at the line. Gets that one to go. 9 points for Urbanski. As Barrow is back in for Bloomington North, replacing Thomas. And Urbanski goes in double figures for the 18th time in 20 games this season. Barker to McKinley. That was deflected blocked by Bloomington North. Here comes Urbanski. Gonna go through the Columbus North defense, but called for the travel.
She took one too many steps. She was able to cut through the defense, but then basically had to steady herself and ended up taking just one too many.
We talked about it in the JV game. Turnovers, the factor for Bloomington North. McKinley, nice take to the basket. She's got 8.
Very impressive leading scorer on this team. You can definitely tell that she's able to create offense for herself.
221 points coming into tonight. Has 12 games in double figures. Her best game of the season was 18 in that game I saw against Zionsville in the Columbus North tournament, just after Christmas. Urbanski misses the foul shot. Barker with her first, team 7th. So Bloomington North now into 1-1. You see the pressure coming from Bloomington North this time, but Lillis called for the foul. Her second, team's 5th. Parker's going to go out, and Sierra Norman's going to check back in. We're going to see Riley Eater for the first time, 22. Replace Lawson. And it is a 34-18 lead for Columbus North. Norman, Madison White to McKinley. Gets it to Norman. White, top of the key, 3, nails it. That's the 7-3 for Columbus North in the first half.
When your offense is created around it, you need to find different ways to do it. As again, one too many steps for Urbanski.
Second time called for the travel.
But when your offense is built around it, you have to have a multitude of players who can shoot it, and also have an offense that helps support it and spring open players for open shots. And that's exactly what the offense has been for the Bulldogs, and why it's been so successful here in this first half.
24 is Emma Long into the game for Columbus North. They're going to get Stephanie Nicola into the game for Bloomington North, replacing Ainsley Urbanski. Just under a minute to go. We'll have a great halftime feature for you. Columbus North in control. It was 22-10 after the first quarter. Madison White, top of the key, this time is off the mark, out of bounds, and it's Bloomington North ball. Aaron Lillis to bring it up for the Cougars. Barrow double teamed, got to get it away to avoid a 5-second call. McKinley and Goat on the floor, jump ball, possession arrow, Columbus North.
The problem is that Bloomington North wants to kind of set things up, but the slower they are, the easier it is for a very fast Columbus North team to just zone in on it.
And Sierra Norman misses that three, and Cougars don't even get a shot off as it's 37-18 at the half. So we look at the highlights, and it's Columbus North. Sierra Norman hits one of her three three-pointers. Kyla Lawson inside with 6. Bloomington North getting a triple from Casey Thomas. Sierra Norman for 3. And then nice move inside. Marley Barr, though, blocked. But then she buries her first 3 of the season. And then the long rebound for Alexa McKinley, and she hits the shot. And then Bentley Grooms gives them a little energy. But Columbus North in control, 37-18 on Smithville Sports.
I'm Jeff Van Horn, the owner-operator here at Van Horn Tents and Accessories. We've been doing window tinting now for 35 plus years, but over the last 12, 15 years, we've been getting into vehicle wraps. My main job here is just to oversee everyday production, do a lot of the design work here. Occasionally I still get in and do some installation and things like that. You know, I really enjoy that part of it, and that's part of it that I miss a little bit. We started at home and grew from a little 2-car garage to a 3-car garage, and now here we are at a 6,000 square foot facility. Ellettsville has always felt like home. The people are friendly here. It's not, Bloomington's not a big city, but it's still Ellettsville has that hometown vibe to it, and we just really enjoy the people. We like the countryside. We like the quaint environment. People are just friendly and welcome, just open arms. Window tinting is, like I said, something we've done for 35 plus years now. The thing we do with window tinting is we offer a lifetime warranty, and that lifetime warranty is through Scorpion, our manufacturer. They are a home-based business as well. They're right here in Indiana, up and around the Cloverdale, Greencastle area. We offer a transferable warranty where some places don't do that. If a new owner takes over the vehicle, the warranty's on the vehicle, not the owner, so we'll allow you to transfer. And it's for the lifetime of that vehicle, whether it's a warranty on the defect from the manufacturer or our workmanship. We will take care of it and make sure the customer's happy. We also offer vehicle wraps, which we've been doing for 12, 15 years now. Whether you want to change the color of your vehicle, we could completely change the color for you. And then a lot of things we do more than that is doing a lot of branding for commercial businesses. Fleets, etc., whether it be a record business, heating and cooling, police cars, fire trucks. We do a lot of that. That's a main forte of our business, is doing a lot of branding and getting these fleets up and running very fast. When they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes on vehicles, you got to get them on the road fast and get them making money and getting some return on their investment. We do a lot of just simple graphics, whether it's a window sticker, in memory of sticker, school spirit stickers. No job's too small. We're happy to have those little small stickers, whether it be 400 stickers or 20. We do that for businesses as well. We do a lot of signs, banners for businesses or individuals as well. We also offer paint protection. It's basically a clear rubber membrane that we put on the fronts of cars and in door jambs and stuff to keep them from getting scuffed and scratched and rock chips, sand in the winter. And then we also sell a whole line of professional car detailing products. And probably last but not least, we do a lot of race cars. Motorcycle graphics is a new one we've gotten into with a thicker, heavier material. So we can pretty much do full service on any vehicle, motorcycle, racing vehicle, whatever you're looking for. Smithville's been an intricate part of us getting into the vehicle wrap market. Smithville came to us that 12 to 15 year mark, I don't remember how long it's been, and talked to us about they were going to wrap some vehicles. And we were talking to them, saying, hey, we're interested in buying a big wide format printer. They were just beginning to get affordable at the time. And they came to a show, we wrapped one of my own vehicles. They came to a show and looked at it and liked what they seen. They've been an intricate part about us getting into the wrap game, and very helpful, been a great business. We've rebranded your whole fleet, I think 2 to 3 times over now. And it's been a great business venture for the last 12, 15 years with you guys. The benefits of having a vehicle wrap, one, versus paint is price. The other thing about the vehicle wraps, and one of our main things we do is the fleets, the advertising that you can do to a vehicle versus painting that would cost a fortune to airbrush or hand paint. And once again, that's permanent. We can take, whether it's a color change wrap or whether it's your advertising, you can put it on a vehicle and we can remove it. And 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, and that paint's brand new and protected underneath. It should look like the day we put it on. We can put a photo, of a person or any product or an animal or anything you want on the side of that vehicle. You bring us a digital picture, we can print it and blow it up, and it'll look exactly like the photo. And we can put it down the side of your vehicle for advertisement or personal use, whatever. So there's a lot of advantages to a wrap versus paint that you just can't do. In a new facility here, we do have 2 Muto wide format printers. They print 54 inches wide. And after we're done printing each print, we actually laminate it too. That protects the ink and also gives it another 3 years worth of UV protection. So at a minimum, you get 5 to 6 years worth of wear and tear from sun and the harsh environments, the elements, by doing this. We use about every brand as you can imagine when it comes to collar change wraps. It's mainly just what your preference is as far as a collar. We have all kinds of swatches for people to look at, just like paint samples. People come pick out their favorite collar, we can order that film and use it. My staff, we have 4 employees here, including myself. Beth, my sister, Beth Nixon, she runs the office. She's our office manager. She does all the scheduling, invoicing, takes care of the guys' payroll. She also gets all the vinyl ready for whether it's weeding, cutting prints down, whether it's wrapping canvases, whatever. She's a great help. And then we have 2 brothers that are installers here. We have Travis Brown and Zach Savage. They've been installers here for a little over 3 years. And then we've had an addition. He's worked for me off and on part-time for quite a few years. We're very good friends, is Kedrick Carden. But with a new facility, we were able to bring in more people and just take a lot of load off. The new facility came about as a dream really for a long, long time to doing this full time. Once we finally got in a financial position, worked hard and got a lot of stuff paid for, we were able to dream up this new 6,000 square foot facility where we could actually have a big semi bay where we could back a 53-foot semi trailer in and drop it and wrap it, or put decals on it, or pull in a dump truck out of the weather and tint it or letter it. We can put 4 enclosed trailers in there if we need to. Not to mention the window tint install bay is we can put 4 to 6 vehicles in there at a time. We have a great showroom, waiting room area, and we were able to add a kitchenette for people with coffee or whatever they might need to make their wait a little more pleasant. I think our customer service is good, if hopefully not great. We offer a good warranty, we stand behind our work, and we want to make sure somebody's happy. We try to give people a very fair price, and we have a good, friendly staff, whether it be dealing with Beth or Zach or Travis or Kedrick, whoever it might be. We try to do whatever it takes to make the customer happy in the long run, and like I said, we offer a lifetime warranty on window tint. and we try to stand behind the vehicle wraps and everything else as long as we possibly can. To get in contact with us, you can stop by our new shop here at 4501 Outback. We are located in Ellettsville, right behind the McDonald's. You can look us up on the website, www.vanhorn1.com. Of course, we have all the social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can always look at our work or contact us on there, look at our ratings. And then, of course, you can just pick up the phone and call us at 812-876-2230. Beth will be glad to schedule you in or answer any questions or put you in touch with me or one of the guys.
We are back here at the Cougar Den, Tom McKinney Court here at Bloomington High School, North Bloomington, Indiana. Second half of action getting ready to start as Columbus North leads Bloomington North 37-18 here in varsity girls basketball action. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball here on Smithville Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson, and Quinn, Columbus North led 22-10 after one quarter, and then it was 15-8 second quarter. Bloomington North was sparked by a little run. As we are underway here in the second half, Cougars got on a little run there, but Columbus North shut them down. Now a 19-point lead, and here comes that pressure defense that Columbus North loves to show. Casey Thomas inside, Madison White with the rebound, McKinley handling it. Alexa McKinley, leading scorer for Columbus North, has 8 tonight. Annie Anderson, nice backdoor play to Alexa McKinley. She's in double digits.
And what's so beautiful about that, and I bet you that was a design play from Coach McKee right out of halftime, is that you just shot 7 threes in that first half. They're going to be paying attention to you on the wing. Immediately run a back door so that you can throw it over the top of the defense underneath. It's just picturesque, beautiful first offensive possession for Columbus North.
13th game in double figures for McKinley, and Sierra Norman lighting it up from downtown, her 4-3, and now in double figures for the 10th time this season.
And then just a reminder that, yes, we still are going to shoot from deep.
8 threes in the game for Columbus North. It's 150 now on the season, 142 coming into tonight. Barrow to Lillis to Goad. Go gets the shot off the mark. Then it is a jump ball possession arrow with Columbus North. Bulldogs have it, approaching 6 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Bulldogs have won 11 in a row in this series. As Urbanski deflects it out of bounds, it will be Columbus North ball. Into the backcourt, McKinley, she gets past Lillis. Gonna set it up. Kyla Lawson inside, and Goad commits the foul. Second foul on Elise Goad. First team foul in Bloomington North this half.
Nice deflection.
Columbus North gets it back. White to Norman. McKinley.
Oh, nice fake.
Beautiful
head
take.
fake. Yeah, the head fake on that. That was amazing by McKinley.
She's got 12. 44 to 18 lead. And then Goad does a great job of backing Lawson down, but can't get the shot to fall. Norman to McKinley. Norman's high was 16 against Zionsville. White. Anderson deflected out of bounds by Urbanski, and it will be Columbus North ball. McKinley brings it up. With Lawson. Lawson gets past Goad. Can't finish. Ball loose. Urbanski comes up with it. Lillis gonna push. Good pass inside to Urbanski. Throws up the shot and scores.
And a great adjustment by Urbanski in the first half. She had a couple of layup attempts where she was too far underneath the basket right there. She's able to steady herself, move out a little bit, and get in position where she's able to hit it off the glass.
Second foul on Columbus North they're going to get. Well, they're showing Ainsley Urbanski with her third foul, team's second. Madison White from downtown, off the mark. Sierra Norman with the rebound. McKinley. Gonna drive right past Lillis and score. That's her 14th point. Lead is 26. Barrow gets it to Thomas. Lillis lost it out of bounds. It is Columbus North ball. Reminder, the sectional draw is Sunday for the girls. Sectional will be at Bloomington South. It is Bloomington North, Bloomington South, Columbus East, Columbus North, East Central, and now Martinsville new to this sectional. Nice pass for Anderson to Lawson inside.
Lawson has been very dominant inside. Only a sophomore too, so got a couple more years of her. She's going to develop into a really good post player.
They missed the rotation. Casey Thomas couldn't finish. Under 3 to go here in the third quarter. Fast moving game.
Look at that position on the block out. That's what I was saying right there. All the makings of a really good post player.
Yeah, the future definitely bright for Columbus North. They don't rebuild, they just reload.
And you can just kind of look at on this that they have such a steady flux of, it's not like heavy on seniors and juniors and then kind of that it's kind of just kind of taking out different puzzle pieces and just putting in new ones, kind of. Very even even amount of juniors, seniors, sophomores, and freshmen. A little bit of everything on the team.
Great mix for Pat McKee. 10th year at the school. Hasn't had a losing season yet. Only one losing season for Columbus North in the last 20 years. As Urbanski gets that rebound, you got to go back to 2004, 2005, 8 and 13. And then in 2007, 2008, 11 and 11. And since then, it's been nothing but wins. A lot of them. Lillis. Thomas can't finish. Lillis with the board. Urbanski 3. Off the mark, out of bounds, Columbus North ball. less than 2.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. That is a foul on the Cougars. That will be on Bentley Grooms. That's her first. We're going to see Elise Goad check in for Casey Thomas. Matsuno back in the game for Columbus North. Wears 21. White. Anderson. No good. Goad with a rebound. Here comes Urbanski. As ball loose. Transition. Barker gets fouled on the floor. That will be on Lillis, her third, team's 5th for Bloomington North. We're going to see Tessa Lomax for the first time. Wears number 40, replacing Kyla Lawson. As Coach McKee has used all of his players available to him tonight. Anderson, Matsuno. Nice take by Matsuno, though can't finish. Lillis chases it down. Gets it to Elise Goad. Lillis. Guarded. Grooms has it. Matsuno falls to the ground. Grooms can't finish. Nicola rebound. Can't finish. White has it for Columbus North.
Real shame not able to finish that basket. That could have been a highlight. That would have been a highlight reel. Bentley Grooms crossing her up.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Anderson taken out of her hands. Here is Bloomington North. Urbanski, 2-on-1. Nicola finishes. Her first 2 of the night. She comes in. She's just scored 10 points on the year. Madison White scores. Her 8th point will go to the line. We're going to see Mallory Barrow come back in and Ainsley Urbanski go out. As Madison White at the line. She's got 9. One more, it puts her in double figures for the 8th time this season. 18 her high against Terre Haute North. Lead is 30 for Columbus North. Barrow has it to Grooms. Emma Long back in for Columbus North. Lillis blocked by Barker. Nicola chases it down. Barrow is fouled and will get to go to the line.
Good to see from great hustle by the freshman. You'll be seeing a lot of her. He's just a freshman, so still got 3 more years here. And sometimes you just got to be like you got to be a contributor like that. Work hard and it pays dividends as the years goes on.
She misses both, and that will do it. Columbus North, 52, Bloomington North, 22 here on Smithville Sports.
Smithville has been providing communications to South Central Indiana for nearly 100 years. Offering internet at gigabit speeds to entire communities, Smithville is the gigabit company. Your connection needs to be fast, reliable, and secure. You need an internet and communications provider who delivers. You need Smithville. Visit smithville.com today and find out what Smithville can do for you.
We welcome you back to the Cougar Den, 52-22 Columbus North on top. A reminder, tomorrow night we will be back here in the Cougar Den. Terre Haute South, boys basketball 6-9. They are off tonight, enters on a 5-game losing skid against an 11-4 Bloomington North team that is at Evansville North this evening. So JV at 6, Varsity at 7:30. Mention the other team that we cover, the Edgewood Mustangs. The girls are 17-5. They are playing North Putnam tonight.
How about that? Coach Sims literally not missing a beat after a season off.
5th place game tonight against North Putnam, and they beat North Putnam earlier in the season, 54-41, a game we had December the 7th. And then the Edgewood boys are off tonight. They will play Bedford North Lawrence tomorrow, 9-6 on the year. But the big thing for them is Trevor Taylor's been back for 5 games since his suspension, and they're 5-0, and he scored 80 points in those 5 games.
Yeah, definitely going to be a team that down the stretch, when you get to the sectionals, look at the record, might not tell the whole story of them, that they're a lot more dangerous than they look.
We will see Edgewood here in a couple weeks as Barker hits a 3, her second 3 of the night. But Edgewood's draw for the girls sectional, that sectional is at Owen Valley, and it's going to be tough. They've got Brownstown, Brown County, who are both good this year. You also have Northview, Owen Valley, South Vermilion, who I think is a dark horse. We saw South Vermilion early in the year, and West Vigo. So that sectional at Owen Valley, the draw on Sunday as the state tournament about to begin. Still 5 undefeated teams in girls basketball in the state of Indiana. With Ainsley Urbanski, Goad, open, no good. Lomax with the rebound for the Bulldogs. There is Emma Long into the game, 24. Alexa McKinley, the leading scorer on the season. Long misses. Lomax the board. Lauren Barker back in. And Kanan Matsuno. So you can see that some of the starters getting a rest now with the score in check. As now we're going to see Emily Herndon check in, number 10, replacing Lomax. Approaching 6:10 to go. Barrow 3 is good. Her second 3 of the night and of the season.
I mean, if she's able to develop that, three. As I said earlier in the broadcast, Lillis and Urbanski have basically made up 80% of the three-point shooting for this team. So as we get towards sectional time, if she's able to catch fire from there, as we see yet another three-pointer, this time from Barker.
Her third 3 of the night. She's got 9.
Then that could really add an extra element for the Cougars when it gets to postseason play.
As Urbanski goes to the ground. Coming into tonight, Urbanski has hit 25 threes, Lillis 13, Grooms then 6. Casey Thomas and Jamie Leon have hit 1 apiece.
And Casey Thomas already hit one earlier in the game, so you're getting 3 3-pointers from players who had made previously one
all season. Yeah. Something that Jeff Trammell can be at least pleased with because he's getting contributions from other players in areas that he wouldn't always get.
Mm-hmm.
Nice up ahead pass to Grooms. She can't finish, but she'll get to go to the line. That will be on Barker, her second. Team's fourth. Gonna send Bentley Grooms to the line. A senior. She gets that one to go. And now Riley Eater is going to check back in for Columbus North as McKinley's going to go out. So all reserves in for Columbus North as Grooms missed. Barker with it, chased by Grooms. This is a good matchup. I like it. Speed on speed. Barker against Grooms. Eater lost it, but they're going to call Nicola with a foul. Her second, the team's seventh. So Columbus North ending 1-1. Riley Eater at the line. Just 7 points on the season in 12 games. Misses that one. Just 1 of 5 at the line coming into tonight. Grooms gets it to go to Lillis.
Nice pass.
Borrow another three is off the mark this time. Eater with the rebound.
Still was a really good look, though.
Very good look. Barker, open look, no good. Lillis with the rebound. Under 4 to go. Nicola, taken away by Matsuno. Gets it to Emma Long. Gets it to Parker. Matsuno. Barker. Eater passes it up to Long. Of course, she has not hit Eater has not attempted a three all season. So that's not the look she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see Nadia Trent and Casey Thomas check back in. As foul is on Barker, her fourth, team's fifth. Barrow, another three. She gets it, her third three of the night and of the year.
She's feeling it now.
Good time for her to start lighting it up. As well, we have a minute, we want to thank our crew as Eater missed. Hardworking women and men behind the scenes, Jeremy Nutter, our director, Rob Ramsey, our technical director, Nate Alarcon, replays, Noah Barajas, Catherine Jankowski, Sam Malloy, our camera crew, you and I doing commentary. Thank you for everything that you do throughout the season. Don't forget, we are on YouTube, youtube.com/Smithville Media. You can search Smithville Media, and you can subscribe to the Smithville Media channel as well on YouTube. So we thank everybody for tuning in all tonight and all season long. And we're back here tomorrow night for Bloomington North and Terre Haute South boys basketball. As that was deflected by Matsuno out of bounds. Bloomington North will actually host Edgewood. I had it wrong. They will host Edgewood Tuesday, and then to finish up the regular season at Terre Haute North. Columbus North ends their regular season with Perry Meridian and Roncalli at home. Grooms gets fouled and will go to the line.
Basically got the best case scenario out of that drive because there were 3 bodies right there. So basket was probably not going to go in, but was able to at least draw contact to get to the line.
And Bentley Grooms at the line. She gets that one. Columbus North will now win 12 in a row in this series. It's going to be 19-7 now as Grooms missed the rebound to Bloomington North. Teams are in the same sectional, so they could meet up. Once again, it is a blind draw. The draw will take place Sunday at 5. And I would think for Bloomington North, you do not want to name Columbus North to pull up next to yours. As it's going to be a full timeout for the Cougars with 2:02 to go. So one more week in the regular season for girls high school basketball. As I mentioned, 5 undefeated teams in the state. Northwestern is number 1 in Class 4A, 20-0. Crown Point's number 2 at 21-0. Benton Central is the number 1 team in 3A. Tied for 9th is Knox, which is up north, 20-0. Triton Central, the number 1 team in 2A, 18-0. Number 2 is University at 20-0. Number 3 is Linton, a team that you were always high on last year, Quinn. And then Lagodi is 1A, and then tomorrow it's Lagodi and Linton meeting up, so that will be a dandy matchup. The boys' top teams in the boys' class, Lawrence North is 14-0. In 4A, Bloomington South 15-0, and of course we've seen them. And then 3A, number 1 is Silver Creek, number 2 is Shenandoah, or number 1 is Shenandoah in 2A. South Decatur is number 3. They're an interesting story, 13-0, and average 91.2 points a game. And then number 4 is Linton, and then in 1A it's Greenwood Christian, 13-0. Couts is 11-0, number 3, and then number 7 is Bloomfield, coached by former Edgewood head coach J.B. Neal. The crossovers for the boys in the WIC will take place next week. Edgewood will play for 7th place against North Putnam as Barker buries another 3. She has 12, 7 times now in double figures this season for Barker. Her high is 17 against Greenwood.
Very bright future for the freshman.
Been very impressed with her, both on defense, how she's contributed in both games, how she's able to keep her player in front of her at all times, and just has a motor that won't stop. But Edgewood won that meeting against North Putnam 77-65 on December 7th. That was a game we had here on Smithville Sports. As just a minute to go here, as Eder will fire a 3, and it's a great time for her to hit her first 3 on her first attempt of the year.
Bench erupting on that. Congrats to her. I believe that is her first 3 on, you said that is her first 3 on the season.
And her first attempt. Barrow's gonna try to fire one, it's no good. Herndon with the rebound. And now 30 seconds to go. But complete domination tonight by Columbus North in both games. Barker, looks like they will just dribble this one out. Although I said that before and then they took a shot. They are going to
I'm just going to dribble it out.
Dribble it out. Matsuno to Eder. She's going to hold, and that will do it. It's going to be 64-30, Columbus North with the win. The Bulldogs improve. As we look at the highlights, the Bulldogs now improved to 14-7 on the year, and the Cougars drop to 7-13. A lot of Columbus North with outside shooting. Mallory Barrow, though, gets a couple threes. Her first of the season. You see them there from the opposite corners. And then it was Lauren Barker hits 4 threes tonight. Sierra Norman also with 4 triples. And Riley Eder hits her first 3 on her first attempt of the year. As that will do it. Columbus North 64, Bloomington North 30. For all our hardworking women and men behind the scenes, for my partner Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. Good night from Bloomington North, and thank you for watching.